Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and we are here for round 4 in this friendly league with Blue-White Merfolk. We're going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com. Don't forget, if you want to check out all of the best Pauper content on the internet, go check out Pauper Ponderings with Austin Hoey. So we're on the play. We can't cast anything with this hand. I do not like hands like this. What if we draw a Spreading Seed? What if we draw any... Ugh, if we draw a Mutavault, we still can't even cast this, but we can cast the Merfolk. Think it's a bit risky on the play. I'm going to mulligan it. This hand's pretty bad. 2 Pat to exile and a Curse Catcher. We can cast everything, but it doesn't do anything. Our opponent mulligan to 6. So if they mulligan to 6, I'm going to mulligan down to 5, because that hand... Well, come on. Going to 4! Am I going to 4? Whatever. Going to 4. Beautiful. Snap. Snapping it up. So much land. Okay, we'll put this on top too. Sure. Truth be told, it's not terrible. I've had worse. I don't like going to 4. But our opponent mulligan down to 2, so, you know, hey, miracles can happen. Stomping Ground. Wild the Cattle. Feels like burn. Well, don't know how good the Spell Queller is going to be, even if we get to cast it. There is a 0% chance that I can profitably block with this Mutavault, so let's attack with it. Because on his turn, he is no doubt going to turn this Wild Nikachu into a 3/3 creature. Here comes the plains. Here comes the kitty. The original cat. Cat's big thing in Amonkhet. All the cats. This is the original cat. He's a war. Oh no! Oh no! This is a horrible matchup. This is the 8 whack thing. It should be really called 8 Burning Tree Emissary. Yeah, this is nuts. Okay. Whoops. No. Always yield. Use Aether Vial's ability. That sucks right now because we don't even have a Merfolk. Design flaw. Design flaw. We're gonna fake him out. Let's see what kind of attack he'll make. No, we're in trouble against this 8 whack thing. This could be really short. Really important cards against this deck are Tidebinder Mage. Harbinger is like really lukewarm because they can so easily cast everything in their deck, and things like Reckless Bushwhacker thrive on you playing thrive on replaying things, or like you trigger what the hell is this called? Well, you don't trigger Revolt off of this. Okay, so we're going to take this up, because that's what we got the Spell Queller for. Mutavault. Are we dead? We can double block some stuff. This thing has Death Touch, which is not convenient, but whatever. So we can block. Or can I double block one of these things? Take 7, go to 2. Alright. We're going to do what we have to do, people. We're going to do what we have to do. Maybe we're even going to Spell Queller something. Who knows? We could even Spell Queller... We could even just block this thing with the Mutavault, and then if he plays something, we Spell Queller it. Or maybe we Spell Queller, block this thing, take 8, and then if he plays a target's command, we Spell Queller that. And then I have no idea how we're dealing with the rest of this stuff. But also let's get as many permanents on the battlefield as possible. Seems like a plan. Going to 1. I love going to 1. So we can spell queller this thing. Hopefully that's the end of it. It's very likely not going to matter. Okay, we have 3 blockers. We don't really want to lose this spell queller with the lightning bolt. That's risky. So do we want this thing on 3? We could get spell quellers. Rajiris. If we get a Rajiri, that would be good, because we could play the Rajiri and the Mutavault can block and trade with one of the wild Nikachu's. Yeah, that would work. So we'll leave this thing on 3. If we draw a Restoration Angel, whatever, we're screwed. And we're screwed anyway, because now he can attack with everything. Well, let's pass the turn. Let's see what he does. No point giving up. We know that we're dead, but maybe he doesn't know that he's dead. Okay, we're dead. And he probably knows that we're dead too. Sayonara, suckers. Okay, we're going to concede. But you know what? Even if we were playing mono blue, this is not a great matchup. This matchup was the reason why I jammed so many Tidebinder mages in my Grand Prix Vancouver list, because I think without Tidebinder mage, this is incredibly difficult. This is really hard to beat. Did I concede? Come on, I conceded. You need Tidebinder mage. I must say that I haven't really seen this deck in the competitive leagues, although my play in the friendly leagues have shown it constantly. We probably want Dispel because of Lightning Bolt and Atarka's command. Don't think Rest in Peace does anything against that deck. This card could be very good. We gain some life, which is nice and convenient. We can attack and untap creatures. Let's try Blessed Alliance out. That's a cool card. I think I want as many cheap creatures as possible. Spell Queller, do you know what? You probably blow. Do I need Restoration Angel? I have a feeling I'm not going to live long enough for this Restoration. But the thing is, well, this could be wrong. I'm going to take out the Restoration Angel. But it could be wrong. On the play, I think we want Spreading Seas. On the draw, we are most definitely going to be taking them out. We are way too slow for this card. Bring in some Dispel. On the draw, we might also take out Curse Catcher. I could be wrong about Spell Queller. Maybe we want Spell Queller over, say, Merfolk. I would love to play first. Hand looks fine. Looks great. Actually, it does not look great, but it will do. It will do. The problem is, like, even though that there are like 2/2 creatures and 3/3 creatures, they basically outmatch ours, and they don't need like lords on the table to be those 2/2 creatures or whatever, and they just deal so much damage really quickly. If you bounce them, it doesn't really matter. In a lot of ways, I really wish I had Dismember available, because even if you dismember and take 4 life, if you kill the wild Nikachu in the beginning, I think it's worth it. So this is now a 2/3 Death Toucher. That's not bad. Okay. Drew a land, sweet. Okay, so I am going to block the Goblin Guide. I'm going to trade. I want to keep my life total as high as possible. Okay. Do I get rid of this thing right now? I could path it, or I could path it next turn, because I can play the Harbinger of the Tides. Let's path it next turn. Save some life, so I get the Hollowed Fountain. Not going to pay any life. Show Harbinger. Bounce the Rallier. We're not Rallier. What are you? What are you? Narnum Renegade, sorry. The longer I can hold on to this path, the better it is for me. Because he doesn't get to use the mana. So we'll just path this thing now. Keep our life total nice and healthy, nice and high. It would be beautiful. One more land, play Merfolk, keep Dispel up, and then we'll have 4 mana for Blessed Alliance to do whatever we want with this card. Another Path to Exile. I am going to pass. I'm very fearful about tapping out against this guy. Very fearful. Because then he could just play a bunch of these things, followed by a Reckless Bushwhacker, and then BAM! I most certainly do not want that to happen. Do I keep trading? I could try to keep trading. Truth be told, I don't really want to keep trading because at some point I'm going to lose because of that. No, okay, we'll block. If he plays, for example, a Tarkus Command, then I can Blessed Alliance him. And we sort of pseudo 2-for-1 him. Gore Clan Rampager, gotcha, no problem. Silvergill Adept, show Merfolk. Land is lovely. Blessed Alliance is online. We might lose to a bunch of Gore Clan Rampagers if that's what's going on here. Sure. Okay, Bolt. Bolt my guy. Sure. Ooh. Ooh! Ooh, that's not good. Because now, if I Blessed Alliance, I mean, he can just sack the Bushwhacker. Alright, save life. Let's see, let's say I take 7. I'm not going to wait. Basically, let's kill the Bushwhacker. I'll take 5, go to 4. Actually, I'm really going to be going to some really low amount of life. But hopefully we can get our game going online soon. We have a Spreading Seas. Not sure what we want a Spreading Seas here. What can we cut him off of? Potentially green. We could attack the Stomping Ground first, then the Forest. Any lord now is much appreciated. That is much appreciated. So we will pass the turn. I'll path the Gorklan Rampager. Hold up Dispel. Take 2 from Kurdape. We'll take some damage from Kurdape, I guess. It would have been really convenient if I could attack back. But I've been using all my creatures to block. Alright! Finally, I can attack if I want to. Forest, awesome. Let's eat the forest. Let's hope there are no more green sources left in that deck. I don't know how many green cards are in. Absolutely not. This sort of looks like you really want those green sources. So we're going to dispel that. This is annoying. Okay, I'll attack for... I'll just attack. I don't know... Like, if he can fetch for the forest, then there's no point in me holding this thing back. I'm not familiar with how many green sources there are in their deck. I'm guessing his hand is like, I don't know, fetch lands or something useless. It might be Path to Exile or something. So he does have another forest. So why did he try to destroy the other spreading seas? That wasn't necessary. Alright, come on, Merfolk. I know I've drawn a lot of non-land spells, but you know what? I could use a few more. Time to mount an offensive. You might be trying to set up a Bushwhacker attack or something. Oh shoot, this could be bad. Okay, I can live with this. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but we can live. Actually, I should be happy about it. The Master of the Pearl Trident will live. Alright. Yes. Dispel or something. Oh man, okay, so what do I do? What do I do? What has haste by itself? How does Reckless Bushwhacker work? When it enters the battlefield, if its search cost was paid, other creatures... If you or a teammate has cast another spell this turn. Okay, so I think the best way of winning the game is just to attack for 6. And if that means a lot of his... if he plays just any one creature, then we can attack through it for the win. The only thing that punishes us is just Goblin Guy, but I think it's worth it. Like, if he, for example, if he draws Gorklan Rampager, he has to just play it and pass. If he just draws Reckless Bushwhacker without a spell to play, he has to just pass. Oh, our opponent told me, well played, thanks. If I knew your deck better, then probably I would not have dispelled that thing. Abrupt Decay for Nature's Claim. So, do we want more Dispels? Probably not. That's probably all we want. Yeah, Restoration Angels feels clunky. Probably just too clunky. Spell Queller, though. That could be a real card. Especially since this sort of deck plays at sorcery speed. Let's get rid of Curse Catcher maybe for the Spell Quellers. We're on the draw. Curse Catcher's gonna suck. Curse Catcher always sucks on the draw. No, sorry. Spreading Seas sucks on the draw. I'm gonna get rid of Spreading Seas. Okay, Curse Catcher, you come back. Get back in here. You're better than nothing. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Spreading Seas is very awkward on the draw against these sort of aggressive decks. It's just so important to put permanents on the board. Our opponent mulligan, we're going to keep. I'm not thrilled about this. We have sort of a slow hand. Hopefully maybe we can... Not sure what we're hoping to do here. But hopefully it works. Okay, Curd Ape. Well, our opponent had mulligan down to a 2-card hand, so that does benefit us quite a bit. I think we are going to start by putting something out to just block the creature's just block them. We're going to block them. We're going to try to block them. And if he misses one more land drop, then the Spell Queller is going to be super online. Of course, aggro always gets what they want. That's just how aggro does it. He might just empty his hand here. No blocks. Okay, just I take damage and passes. That's fine with me. Okay. Well, that is interesting. So I can play Mutavault and Curse Catcher. I can play Wanderwine Hub into Spell Queller. I could try to take 7 and absorb 1 with Spell Queller. Could try to just Spell Queller them. Try to Spell Queller them out. I do not know what is the best thing to do here. I could play Curse Catcher and then try to trade with a ton of stuff. This is assuming he has no removal spell. Or I could just let him attack. We just block with one thing. That end of turn just play Spell Queller for nothing. And then we can play Wanderwine Hub, Curse Catcher, play a Curse Catcher, play another Spell Queller. And I think that's what I'm going to do. This is a really weird line because I'm going to take a ton of damage. I'm going to be very close to death. I'm definitely going to be very close to death here. The way I want to do this. Okay, you do nothing, then I'm just going to play Spell Queller for nothing. Ooh, that is very interesting. Was not part of the calculation. Sure, I'll show him the Curse Catcher. What I can do now is, now I can threaten to block with Spell Quellers and hold up Dispel. Take 3, go to 2. Then hopefully I can just survive after that. Or I can double block 1, go to 1. Double block the Wild Nikachu. Nah, I don't know if that's getting me anywhere. I can also Harbinger the Tides, the Wild Nikachu. Oh, actually, that just looks clean. Harbinger the Tides, the Wild Nikachu, then block this and this. I just have to be very worried about Reckless Bushwhacker. I will be vulnerable to Reckless Bushwhacker for 1 turn. What if he does play Reckless Bushwhacker? Then I can activate Mutavault. I can block Reckless Bushwhacker with this Spell Queller. This still trades. Harbinger still trades with this thing. Alright, let's go with this line. I have to be still fearful of Gorkline Rampager. That is really bad news. Ugh, this is going to be into Reckless Bushwhacker, then we're really dead. Or am I? Probably. This is super trouble. 3, 3, 3, 5. Ugh, I had to hold up Spell Queller. Yeah, lame. Okay, so what now? What happens? Block. I have to block the biggest things. I can block 3 things, take 5, die. Yeah, I'm dead. Boo! This is so hard to beat. I'm just going to concede. I can only block 3 things, and I die to the last one. I need to respect the Reckless Bushwhacker more than I had to respect, say... maybe I should just play... Maybe I should just pass. I just went with my plan of, like, going to 2. I don't know if he has Gorkline. There's a lot of ways I can lose this. That's a problem. There's, like, for example, if I go with the Spell Queller plan, he could just Gorkline Rampager me to death. That's no problem for him. And if I do this, then I die this way. But I guess I would have lived 1 more turn if he didn't draw the land. Well, I don't know I don't honestly know what's in his hand. Maybe he had a land the entire time. He was sandbagging it for some sort of... I have no idea what for what. But anyway, that is our 4th match against 8-Whack or Bushwhacker Zoo, whatever you want to call it. Very tough matchup. I think the matchup is fine if you're playing with Tidebinder Mages. Tidebinder Mage is what makes this matchup, you know, playable. You just tap something down very early, and they usually don't have many answers to it. Like, they have Lightning Bolt, and that's about it. And if they don't have, even if they bolt it, no big deal. You're saving yourself a lot of life very early on in the game. Without Tidebinder Mage, it's rough. It's really rough. I feel very crimped on mana. They're super mana efficient, obviously. They're incredibly explosive. So, yeah, we have a lot of trouble against this deck. But you know what? I think maybe I was wrong about Spell Queller. Spell Queller probably is what we want against this deck because I can, like, exile, for example, the Burning Tree Emissary before the deck gets like before they do really stupid things. But I'm not sure. I would have to play test it a lot more. So anyway, we're gonna thank all our patrons on Patreon for supporting me. Thank you so much, patrons. Absolutely love you. And we're gonna thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. This has been Nikachu playing out Blue-White Merfolk in Modern.